What's good, everybody? Two things real quick. Everybody, I hope you guys know that my party's going down tonight. It is me and Christina's house party. Like I said, we had AJ's. Now we have ours. We have a Halloween party going down in a few weeks, so be sure to go to that. And then, uh, oh yeah, I'm a slow one. I got this World War III beat by Ruff Ryders, and kind of my thing because it's been my beat for like ever. So I'm gonna rap to that and then to the salute like right after. Probably not even gonna stop. Go right into it. Y'all hear it? Alright. Shit. Shit. Okay, got me up, I'm riding the ground. I'm on this thing like Tupac because I'm getting it down. Couldn't really bring through it. I brought it on fly. On the game, brown guy, such a nice guy. Yo, I brought it through like an empire. I'm justifying. Yeah, I'm in the game, so much I can testify me. They couldn't really come and get behind me. Could've run up on the game like they find me like I'm Wally. Other man call me Hitchcock with a slip, knock out the vertical. Yeah, I'm on the game, stick drop, couldn't get through it. Yeah, got to it. They like Big Sean. All they know I do it. All I know is how to do it, how to make it better. Couldn't bring it through. I'm on the game, banging, no edit. This is how we bring it down. Yeah, I'm getting around. Yeah, I'm running my birthday, bringing it back, and I'm running over pounds. Now they're going to come to T-Pain. Yeah, renegade, let me see you with this shit playing. Yeah, your men rappers acting like you like champagne. Hold on, give me the hard liquor, take it back, that's okay. This is what I get to it, have a ride it. On the game, I rule the game just like I was a tyrant. See you hear the cuss word? I think not. I'm as insane as the thing that the guy with lock. This is what we gonna do, what we bring it through, couldn't bring it through. Man, yo, I'm pulling this, my dude, yo, stop the beat. Mind my murder the claim, because I'm taking over the hip hop, like I'm peeking in the brain. Yeah, like a man, a maniac, like that. Couldn't run up on the game because they know they don't want that. Hold up, man, I look at these rappers like why they frontin'. This is what I'm doing, like boy, it don't mean nothing. Yeah. Ah, ah, shit. Like I said, I'm going right into it. Yeah. This is the loop. While we're remix. Yeah. Okay. Got me standing tall, walk tall, call me a soldier. Ran up on the game, just the game is way older. Yeah, I'm on the game with the eyes. If I hold in the head up, behold it, yeah, I'm a true soldier. Hold up, this is what we doing, ran the game like they gonna run with. Going on the game, I kill the game, I ain't done with. Murder hip hop, that's too hard. Kill all the other rappers, man, they know I go hard, couldn't get through. Well, it's back on the tip top. Yeah, I can show you broke like I came up in a slip knot. Oh, wait a minute. That's what I'm next time. Hold up, shut up, that's MK, I'm going on. This is what we gonna do, this is how we get to it. Kill the room with the beat because they know I do it, yeah, I do it. Hold up, man, I pull it. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, boy, I stay through it. Yeah. Shout out to Swizz Beats for being an awesome producer. Okay. Oh yeah, follow me on Twitter, Big Outlandish. And shout out to my text message. I'm not gonna let you guys see that, but shout out to my text message. I got 999 followers, no, 89 followers, and 11 more. Follow me on Twitter.